him with shades on and a kind of a profile shot, and he still had the do, if you will, the hair, and the Fu Manchu mustache. And, yeah, he kept that mystique going. And as a result of that, most people thought he was black, but he was actually half black and half Mexican. I had a friend, I still do, named Kim Mizuno, who is a staff photographer for Playboy. And he's half black and half Japanese, and so I had a joke about him, which I'm not sure if he cared for or not. He's half black and half Japanese, and every December 7th he bombs Pearl Bailey. Anyway, yeah, he's still out there shooting TNA. Peggy Ingram Ware, a shout out to you, and Larry Wilcox and Bill Varnell, and you're lovely. Kathy, Barbara McKinley, I guess Barbie, I don't know. Do any Barbaras out there get called Barbie? Barbie dolls? Teresa Holmes and Jim Mayfield. Jim, it's nice passing notes back and forth. And Jim Korn, the Jims in my life. Jim Korn, I'm sitting over here, and your father, of course, built this place, and then Alan Jones has done a beautiful job in refurbishing it and putting in some really great businesses, including the Bald-Headed Bistro. If you haven't treated yourself, do that. Mother's Day would be a perfect day. Stan Martz, Mike Caldwell, Brian Goebel. Is that Goebel or Gobble? I don't know. There's a difference, between Goebel and Gobble. Doc Hollywood was in here yesterday. How you doing, Doc? Liz Ann Murphy Rung down in Florida Way. We keep in touch. Ann Jones, Michael Wilbanks, and Michael Blessing. Boy, that's a great name. Mike Blessing. By the way, special thanks to Rick Norton. They continue to write these, or I should say, put out these columns, which we really appreciate. They're coming out every Sunday. It's called Life Chapters. And, it's just stories about my childhood in the South, short stories, kind of a warm-up, if you will, to the book that I'm continuing to try to start. It's I'm at that that's about as far as I've gotten. But I've got a lot of inspiration, I must say. And as a matter of fact, we're going to be visiting with Ann Neal this weekend over at her beautiful farm, Blythewood Farm, a world-renowned Blythewood Farms. And catch up, and I'm going to do a little research with Ann because there are a few things that I need her to help me jar my memory, and she'll be able to do that. Ann is coming up here in just a few minutes. In the meantime, let's do. This is a great song. It was written years ago by a good friend of mine, Stan Penn. And that's Spooner Oldham on the organ. It's just sanctifying, I'll tell you.
I'll do funny things if you want me to. I'm your puppet. I'm yours to have and hold. Darling, you've got full control of your puppet. Pull another string and I'll kiss your lips. I'm your puppet. I'll snap your fingers and I'll turn you some flips. I'm your puppet. Your every wish is my command. All you gotta do is wiggle your little hand. I'm your puppet. I'm your puppet. I'm just a toy, just a funny boy that makes you laugh when you are blue. puppet. Make me do right, or you can make me do wrong. I'm your puppet. Treat me good, and I'll do anything. I'm just your puppet. You hold my string. I'm your puppet. I'm your puppet. I'm your walking, talking, living, loving puppet, hanging on the string. I'll do anything. I'll hold you, kiss you, and love you. Pick me up, put me down, stand me up, sit me down. I'm your puppet. Yes, darling, I'm your puppet.
Good. Isn't that beautiful? I just, boy, I tell you what. Thank you very much. No, Dan Penn and Spooner Oldham, they were both on my show, Nashville Jams, and it was just fantastic to have them on. Dan wrote that for James and Bobby Purify, if you remember, and they kind of upped the tempo there a bit. But we hope to have Dan over for our Veterans Music Festival. We'll take a little pause for the cause. We'll identify ourselves at the top of the hour, and then we'll be right back with Ann Neal.
You've arrived. Whoop Island is your hometown oasis. WOOP LP Cleveland. Whoop Island. Radio 99.
Financial Recovery, licensed and bonded collection agency, located right here in Cleveland, Tennessee. Give them a call at 423-473-7670. Small town service with big city results. A full service medical, commercial, retail, and individual collection service. Celebrating 10 years in business. Call Financial Recovery at 423-473-7670 to help you with your accounts receivable and past due invoices. Financial Recovery, 423-473-7670.
If you need a little green, Lending Frog is making deals. He'll lend you cash on any kind of wheels. Borrow just a little, or you can borrow big. Lending Frog is a new financial gig. It's hip to hop into cash. LendingFrog.com is making a splash. Dig it, dig it. Dig it, dig it.
And now, back to the Morning Stampede. Call 614-5553 to be a part of the show. Only on Whoop Island. Radio 99.
It's 3.5 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock, and it's my pleasure to have on the line a great friend, and I say that for many reasons, Ann Neal with Blythewood Farms. Hello, Ann.
Good morning.
How you doing, darling?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. Yeah, I guess you've got a big thing. Before we start, though, I want to ask you if you remember this, because for a while there, I had to send you a picture. Do you remember Debbie Duff and all her parties that she had?
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, they were like the best parties going on, right? I mean, if you were invited to a Debbie Duff party, then you were in, don't you think?
Absolutely. There were 5 girls that we were close to, and all 5 of those girls lost their fathers while we were in high school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, with the Duffs, wasn't it that all the kids and maybe even the mom and dad had the initials DDD? Does that sound familiar to you?
I'm trying. She had some family. She named her children, I think, with these.
Mm-hmm.
Her sister's name was Dana, and I'm drawing a blank on her mother's name, and Wanda was her mother's name.
Oh. Well, it seems like all the kids, and Bill Duff was like a cousin, wasn't he?
I think.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. So that was BD.
Testing me. I don't
I didn't tell you there was going to be a pop quiz, did I?
No.
Well,
Tell me we were going to talk about things I knew about.
well, I just got to finish this story. I was very shy. I was a little bitty guy. I mean, you're not very tall. What are you, like 5'4", 5'5", something like that?
Right.
Yeah. And of course, girls mature sooner than guys at that particular time in life. And I was just a little bitty guy, and I was very shy. I just moved to Cleveland. Everyone made me feel very welcome, and I believe this is probably 7th or 8th grade when we were at Arnold. And Debbie had a party, and it used to be in the basement of her home, if you remember. And, guys would get over in the corner. Some of the cool guys, Chris Huff would get over in the corner and smooch with somebody. And me, I was hanging around where the Coca-Colas were, And they started playing Spin the Bottle. Do you remember when they played Spin the Bottle, Ann?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, and coming to the finale of this story. So I spun the bottle, and it landed on you. And I thought you were kind of cute. And but I was very shy. And so I think I talked you into walking outside to do our kiss. Because if you remember with Spin the Bottle, it's a big circle, right, of all the guys and girls. They spin the Coca-Cola bottle. And then wherever the top of the bottle landed, then like if a girl spin it, and of course if it was a girl, then you spin it again. Things have changed. But at any rate, spin the bottle, and it was on you. And we went outside. And I was just, I even outside, I was kind of enamored by you, and I was very embarrassed. And finally, Ann, you just picked me up, kissed me, and walked back in.
Oh, gosh. See, I told you I didn't remember.
Yeah, that's what happened. That was my first kiss, and either that or Brene Beatty was my first kiss in Cleveland, Tennessee. So there you go, Ann. We're kissing cousins.
That's funny. That's cute.
Now, you've got a big horse show coming up out at the Best Neal Arena. When is it, Ann?
It's June the 15th through the 18th, but the people start coming in the week before, and they bring a lot of people with them, so it's really a boost to the economy in Cleveland, and I'm tickled to do that because I'm involved in it. I'm just one of the people on the board that help put it on, but we also compete there.
Mm-hmm. Is it? It's at the Tri-State Exhibition Center, which is a multi-purpose 92-acre facility sitting at the foot of the White Oak Mountain. But I'm sorry, it's a charity horse show. And tell me a little bit more about the horse show itself.
Okay, it's a all-breed horse show with saddlebred horses, Hackney ponies, and Friesians, and those are three breeds that show often together.
Okay.
We usually sell 250 to 350 stalls, and bring horses in from all over the country.
Wow.
As well as owners and exhibitors and trainers. And it lasts for 5 days, but in preparation for it, they come in several days in advance of it.
Mm-hmm.
The charity is the Rainbow Riders, which is a therapeutic riding program that is housed there at Tri-State.
Mm-hmm.
This horse show started, I think, about 40 years ago. Now, this is the 39th, actually. And it was based originally in Chattanooga, and it was at the field house. In later years, they moved to Ottawa, where there was a nice facility that backed up to the honors course. And then when Tri-State was built, it started out with just a nice facility and a ring and no stabling. And then as years went by, they were able to build more barns through people's charitable donations.
Mm-hmm.
And later, the therapeutic riding program got going there. And then in the last, I guess, maybe 5 years, Somerville Johnson and Alan Jones donated the cover for the arena, and that's when they graciously named it after my mom, who had visions of us having this for years and years and years, and just talked it up till she wore them all down, and everybody pitched in and started building.
Yeah. I was out there the other day just kind of looking around where we're going to put our stage and so forth. I think you know about the music festival that we're putting together, the Veterans Music Festival, on August 26th and 27th out there. And a beautiful plaque of your mom and a likeness of her on the plaque. That must make you very proud, huh?
Oh, it does. It does.
And your mom is she 97, 96, 97 years old?
She's 97.
97 years old and still going strong, right?
She does a lot. She's very active still and is out on the farm every day gardening and watching horses work. She doesn't ride anymore, but I think she does that because she didn't want anybody to tell her she couldn't do it anymore. But physically very, very active, and we're blessed that mentally she's just as sharp as she is physically.
Yeah, that's what I haven't seen her since I've been back. Haven't seen you either. I'm looking forward to catching up with you this weekend if that's still on. And love to say hello to your mom. I think I told you a couple of times I came out there and we rode horses together. And after that, she made us BLTs. And I was thinking, man, I've died and gone to heaven. I mean, it was just... And for whatever reason, they just tasted better. Well, it was because the only person that cooked in my house was my dad, and the only meal that he knew was breakfast, and he slaughtered that. So it was just great to sit at the house there. Now, did you tell me that your mom, because it's a beautiful, what would you say the style of the home is that your mom and dad lived in for so many years? Cape Cod? Not Cape Cod.
It was built about in the 1850s.
Oh, was it really?
It's been added on to in a lot of different directions. When Mother and Dad lived there, my dad said the guy that built it must have been afraid of fire because there were 9 outside doors. But every time my mother had an idea of let's have a screen porch or let's have a trophy room, next day he had people there adding to that house. So it's been changed around a lot. I guess part of it's Victorian and it's just been changed a lot. That's where Margot and her family were raised, or she raised her family, and that's where Margot and I were raised.
Mm-hmm. I just thought it was beautiful. It has to go down as one of the historic home complexes or compounds in Bradley County. It's not only is it historic now, and then you have a little log cabin, which I guess is like the first established residence in Bradley County. A little log cabin up there.
It is. It's the oldest house in Bradley County, and it's on the National Historic Register. And just because my mother's so interested in history, she always wanted to keep it up, and she applied to the state for getting it on the historic register when they were sort of taking care of it. And they said, okay, you can't change it in any way, and we'll have to see it through and make sure you do everything according to us, and we'll match funds. Mm-hmm. And she said, oh, great. So she spent the money and had it done, and when it was all over with, she applied for them, and they said, oh, we ran out of that money a long time ago.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a piece of history just driving down Blythewood there. It's just gorgeous, and I see you built yourself a home back up in the woods there, back up in the trees. It's a pretty sight, beautiful sight.
Well, I'm fortunate in having a pretty view out every window, and I look out on land and horses, and that's my passion, so it's a good thing. Do
you keep up with William Shatner or not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see Bill all summer long because he shows at a good many of the same horse shows we do.
Mm-hmm. You know, that guy has aged beautifully, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
I mean, what is he, like 83, 84 years old, something like that?
I think you're right. Yeah, I think he's in his 80s. I don't know exactly how old, and he's a great promoter of our breed. Anytime he gets interview, he mentions what he does and what his wife Liz does and their interest in show horses, which is neat. We appreciate that because he truly does love them, and he's a good rider and a very good driver. He shows a lot in driving classes.
So he is a good rider then, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, okay. I wouldn't have guessed that. But I remember distinctly over the years, every once in a while they'd do some kind of a special on him because Star Trek was such a big deal. And, they'd show him riding, and he looked like he was right in there, the saddle. He looked like he was very comfortable.
He is.
Well, and
I guess he's ridden for years. I don't know.